Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the new cycle of seminars of at the Geosciences Barcelona. This new cycle is called Global Vision of Ukrainian Geology, and it has been organized by Professor Hanna Libentseva. Sorry, the letter is too small. Libentseva, with the help of Dr. Silvia Safrilla. And first of all, I want to publicly thank to Hannah and Sylvia for this initiative, which I find as a scientist very special and important one for two main reasons. First, the Ukraine is at war, and under these circumstances, one of our main tasks as a scientist is to help our colleagues, Ukrainian scientists, to protect and preserve their valuable scientific knowledge, so that is not being destroyed and lost. The European countries in general, and Spain through its main scientific research organization, the Spanish Scientific Research Council, the CSIC, in particular, is fully committed to help our Ukrainian colleagues. Not only because all the knowledge acquired through the effort and passion for science of many generations of scientists deserve to be protected at any cost, but also because these Ukrainian scientists will, in the near future, lead the reconstruction of their country once this nightmare called war is finished. The second reason why I think this cycle of seminars is so special and important is because they constitute an excellent starting point for increasing and strengthening the scientific knowledge between both countries in order to explore new collaborations in several geological research lines, such as georesources, risk management, and environmental protection, among others. I'm sure that bringing together the know-how of the Ukrainian and Spanish geoscientists will lead to fruitful and long-term scientific collaboration in the near future. So for me, it's a pleasure to introduce you the first speaker of this seminar, of this cycle of seminars, Professor Kateryna Derevska. She has a PhD degree in Geological Science. She's professor at the Faculty of Natural Sciences of Kyiv National University, Mohyla Academy, and and senior researcher at the Geological Museum of the Natural History of the National Academy of Science of Ukraine. In this event, Professor Derevska will talk about the role of natural history museums in modern education and science and their importance for the development of the Ukrainian geological branch in the conditions of European integration. Thank you very much, Kateryna, for being here, and please, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Доброго дня, шановні колеги.
Good day, our colleagues.
Ми хочемо представити вам нашу спільну роботу з співавторами, яких ви бачите на екрані.
We want to introduce you our work with our courses.
І я попросила свою колегу, щоб вона переклала цю цікаву презентацію для нас.
And I was asked by Kateryna Derevska to translate this presentation, and also will be talk to you.
Тому прошу зараз продивитися нашу роботу, і після того я буду рада відповісти на ваші запитання.
So now we are talking about our theme, and after the report, you can ask any question about geology, about Museum of Geology. So we start. Okay. Thank you. Our theme is Geological Museum of Ukraine and the role in education and science in terms of European integration. The geology of Ukraine is in general quite difficult. It contains different structures, which, for example, Ukrainian Shield, Carpathian and Crimea Mountain, which have different structure and range of age from Precambrian to modern. Different processes can be seen. So. Sorry. Sorry, how can, okay, it's removed. So Ukraine is complex and diverse in geological structure, contribute to development of scientific and geological research, local history and tourism. Various geological processes are widespread in country's territory, and the outcrops of rock are different in age, significant in terms of size and number. The territory of Ukraine has many outcrops that represent of subdivision of stratigraphic scale from Precambrian to this age. Magmatic and metamorphic complex of the Precambrian are especially spread widely. For example, it was in this slide, it's a pink part in the middle of Ukraine. It's Ukrainian sheet, and also we can see some outcrops up here. It's Precambrian, a Diacaran volcanic formation, which with age around 550 million years, and also sedimentary formation with the same age, which have some fossil, Diacaran fossil, so they can meet there. And also here is Precambrian iron formation with age more than 2 billion years from Ukrainian shield. In Ukraine, different complexes also contain oldest fossilized biota, unique concretion and phosphoritis, native copper, gold, silver, agates, thiolite, saponite. You will not find such things in any country in the world. These formations are available for observation and research. What geology in Ukraine is? The main companies which conduct the research, first of all, it's State Geology and Subsoil Service of Ukraine, which implements the policy in this field, and also Ukrainian Geological Company. Ukraine Geology is set of enterprise and organization characterized by standard features of geological production and economic activity. It includes geological education institutes, colleges, schools, museum, university, industry and academic science, enterprise responsible for search, exploring and mining operation. The State Geology and Subsoil Service in Ukraine implement state policy in geological study and rational use of subsoils. For example, Ukrainian Geological Company is a leading enterprise in the field of prospering. The primary mission is to support the resource independence of Ukraine and to create a mineral and raw material base for every Ukrainian producer. So the next one about museum. Here you can see some museum of Ukraine which have geological collection. First of all, it's National Museum of Natural History at National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine with the Geological Department where I work. It have a huge history. Also, Geological Museum of at Taras Shevchenko National University, State Natural History Museum of the National Academy of Science in Ukraine. It's in Lviv. Museum of Precious Stone in Horoshiv, which represent unique specimen from Horoshiv deposit. For example, it's topaz quartz beryl of huge size from pegmatite. and State Museum of Natural History. It's in Kharkiv National University. This collection, it's mineralogical, petrographic, and paleontological, support modern geological education, science, and the mining industry. They represent different processes which can be on our planet. For example, geological, hydrothermal, chemical, and other. Field and geological and mineralogical collection have always been and will be basic for creation and development museum of earth sciences. And also it support education because some of this collection can be used for study by scientists and to prepare a future specialists in geology. There are two main branch. Oh, sorry. Okay. Here some thoughts about museum collection. For example, all collection can be sorry.
Я музейную коллекцию. Я это слышу.
Okay. Also, a lot of things can be found in nature, so during field trips. Here you can see some interesting points of geology of Ukraine. For example, it's a meteorite crater from Linets. Also, canyon dislocation with very interesting structures. Quartz labradorite, interesting since it's Marmoroshsky diamond. It's not diamond in really, it's quartz with special form, but in Ukrainian geology, it gets name Marmorosh diamonds. It should be in Lapki. And also sandstone with imprint of flora. It's from Paleogen from Volyn region. So a feature of museums that represents science is the specific of the main founds of the stone material, which was obtained from a unique place of Earth's crust, a memorial object of the environmental. Among them are samples from the bottom of the sea or ocean, volcanic region. For example, it can be a flat basalt, a volcanic crater, or ultra deep well. Also Antarctica, island Zmyiny, and other. Standard of stratified strata are stored for comparison. Also, museum conduct analytic studies of received samples. A further working with stone material is the gradual accumulation of scientific material through a detailed study of existing collection and annual field research. Replenished geological fund and analytical studies. Also, the next point, it's a very unique place. It's from near Dnistrian. It's first of all, it's a Dnistra hydroelectric station and a section, geological section of Ediacaran time. It's very well known for old fossil from of ancient Nemians, which get a name Nemians, and we can see here also section which include sequence from Mohyla to Bernashiv, which outcrops on the crystalline rock. Okay, and there on the table there are samples of some Ediacaran rocks after presentation, or you can see it. So Museum play the role of preserving standards of rock and minerals, which are direct witness of geological history. The world is urbanized and changing. Natural objects are becoming fewer and fewer, and soon they will be only in museum. Museum material should be systemized according to different research direction and other principles: mineralogical approach, evolution, and EDS. They ensure the preservation of scientific, monographic, petrographic, paleontological collection, samples of rare minerals, memorial collection, and of outstanding scientists, deep sea, marine, or oceanic formation. And here you can see some samples from our museum. For example, it's iron manganese concretion from high depths more than 2070 meters, phosphorite concretion, and fault of rock salt. And also it's Nemiana from Ediacarian sediments. Also, we have some new approach to exhibition of rock collection. For example, it's museum under open air, like geosites or geopoints, where near outcrops can be given some information about this its geology, what can we see, and its scientific value. It's because the outcrops can reach quite big size, and it's impossible to place every information and every type of rock and minerals and also fossil in museum in full, which can give a full information about this sequence. And also some slide position on this. Sorry. Okay. Here we can see some slides, photos of Wondery, Jurassic and Cretaceous. It's unique and quite difficult to show these scenes in exposition of Geological Museum. So we propose to point this site with special signs, with information, and so everyone can see it. Rock samples or a group of samples of museum of shelves cannot present a complete lithological stratigraphic section, but only a particle present a type of rocks and make up the geological object. Sorry. So here you can see also some Nemians and Ediacarian fauna in exposition of our museum. Also in collection, some rocks of section can be quite unrepresentative and can be crushed and destroyed. It's connected with the condition of storage and temperature. So some of them can be lost during storage. And if we are talking about a museum under the open air, it can be usually be there without any влияние, вплив, без загрози. Without of violence to be destructive. Okay. So Our collection represent Mhm. Mhm. So these all objects, like in nature, also in the museum, should be preserved to future generation. Can be in both sides, so in museum collection and in nature. So collection and presentation of graphic material, photographs, stratigraphic columns, and section during the exhibition in museum. So it's necessary to be done, and preparing a collection of short films about the relevant period of geological time with a subsequent demonstration of them in the relevant exposition. Implements of electronic database containing lithological and stratigraphic characteristic of research object, photographic materials, as well as all other scientific and applied information of a specific object. Carried out work on the presentative of a certain section of stratotypes and of international, regional, and national importance, as well as large geological objects or their groups, for which to create new geological monuments and to open the corresponding exposition directly in the open air places. And also one of the great things which we have in museum is a monographic collection. What is it? We have some scientists when study fossils, he study especially groups of fossils and prepare a fundamental work on this fossil. So during some period of time, such scientists should give their collection to our museum. So what we have a publication which describes this collection from fundamental point of view, and also we have collection with holotypes of this which was described in the work. For example, here we have a work, it's even dissertation of one of our scientists, it's Stanislavski, and we start this collection also. Now in our museum around 300 of such monographic collection. Also we have some collection which quite old, and we got them from University of Saint Volodymyr. Okay. For example, this one. So it's a collection of trilobite. With age of this collection is around more than 100 years. So when it was taken, and also one of our colleagues even write a good article about them. Okay. So what is the perspective of Ukrainian museum development in the condition of European integration and also cooperation with our other country? We talk about a geological museum. First of all, what is the crucial? It's unification of Earth Museum, Science Museum, Local History and Natural History Museum into single museum space, as well as regional, national and international museum organization. Creation of a general complex multi-level museum database, which act as an informational repository and at the same time a platform for training, scientific research, conference in institution and others. Also, can be good to create some platform where museum can communicate, also using some maybe remote services which improve presentation our material in museum and can be used for other, not only geologists, for study. Also creation of open-air museum complex at the location of outcrops that are unique from the scientific point of view. European integration of Earth Museum in the field of geology and ecological tourism, development of recreation points, which can be used widely, not only by scientists. And also use a museum for education, for example, for school education. Here you can see different lessons which were conducted with school boys and girls. For example, Professor Derevska in school gives some lesson in mineralogy. We have some excursion for example, here we in quite deep coal shaft and different other activities. So what is necessary for future? First, it's create some project related to reconstruction of Earth's geological development using potential of both countries. Development and foundation of new ideas regarding the emerge of industry and rare deposit and endanger exogenous geological process to expand both country minerals and raw materials. Establish of connection regarding the responsibility of obtaining unique and rare specimen exhibition. Improvement of external communication for future. Further development of museum business, education, and scientific activities. Exchange of experience through future project or future research. So that's all. And it's about our situation because Ukraine now in quite hard situation. Scientists also, we hope that war will stop by our victory soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this really interesting conference. I fully agree with you that there are a lot of topics that we can collaborate together, and this should be the start of a long collaboration after all this nightmare is finished. Okay, is there any question on the floor that you want to ask now to our colleagues you have here? No questions? Yeah.
Thanks for the interesting talk. I was just concerned, you've showed a number of rock collections in the museums. Here, our national, what I should say, geological survey sort of, is not only involved in having rock specimens, but do you have also geophysical data sets, rock measurements, and data, I mean, data measurements that are included in the museums or in the geological survey?
Unfortunately, our museum, we don't have some geophysical data, but we have institutes which conduct geophysical studies. Okay, but we have geophysical institutes which conduct such studies, and also Geological Survey have some funds where a lot of information can be stored. So, but we have mainly it's mineralogical, petrography, paleontological collection, and lithology. About the geophysics, it's to another institute, which we also collaborate with. Yes, Academy of Science, big institution, which.
Another question? You have another question? I have one. You showed that the museums, because the geology in Ukraine is so different for us, no? I think that there is a possibility to
This museum?
yeah, to create, because you have a very old rocks that we don't have here
Yes.
in Spain. So maybe it's one possibility to create a kind of exhibition here showing your really old rocks, because we are not used to that, because you have really ancient rocks there. So maybe one possibility is to create this.
We should talk about this, yes.
Yeah.
But it's really, we have different type of magmatic metamorphic rock with different ages from 3.8 billion years to Diakarian, no, I mean volcanic rocks. So it's the oldest which can be found in Ukraine. And also we can talk about this and create some collection, maybe exhibitions.
Yeah, definitely. We need to talk, especially related to what Ramon said with the Spanish Geological Survey that they are going to next Wednesday to Madrid to talk to Ana Alonso about that. So that's really interesting, and I think that it's one possibility to collaborate between us, especially these outreach proposals, no, because you are working in a very different geological environment that as we usually work. So this thing, I think that it should be, especially this part of the outreach, should be promoted really in that sense.
Yes.
Any other questions? No? Okay, so thank you very much for being here. It's a really nice pleasure to have you here. And let's hope that this will be the beginning of a long relationship, no? As the movie usually says. No? Let's do it.